Good evening. Thank you for everybody for coming out. And sorry I'm a little behind. I'm doing some work outside. So thank y'all for coming on. We have tonight Corporal Garvin, who we're going to let go up first. This has been much anticipated as people have been waiting on you. And she's going to bring us some good community policing updates that her and her team has been working on. So Corporal Garvin, you have the floor.
Good evening, everybody. I think they was gonna let someone else go first prior to you coming on, Councilman Reeves. So are we gonna do that, or?
Ms. Jackson is also here.
Yeah, I'm here if you'd like for me to go first.
Well, they initially had said that prior to Councilman Reeves coming on, so I wanted to honor that.
Yeah, this is dealing with zoning. So yes, go ahead, Ms. Jackson.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen. So this is, can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
It should have rezoning and concurrent variances on there. It's a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
Okay, so this is basically just the presentation that we did from the community zoning information meeting. And I can go through it with you all. Basically, we received a application for rezoning and concurrent variances in District 5. The address is 4165 Flat Shoals and 4225 Flat Shoals. And this is at the intersection of Flat Shoals and Mallory Road. And so we will go into it. Here we go. Okay, so basically the site right now is zoned MIX. And I believe they were planning to put something retail oriented at this site, but I wasn't able to confirm that. But the applicant would like to rezone from mixed use to R5A to build 8 single family homes. And there is a stream buffer on the site that takes up a significant portion of the property. And so in order to make the site work, the applicant has, explained their hardship and asked for a few concurrent variances too. And so the minimum yards, the front yard setbacks will be reduced some because of the stream buffer. And the minimum yards are going to be reduced some, and one of the buffers is going to be reduced some, just to make the site work because of the stream buffer. The site is not in compliance with the future land use map, but there is some R5 in the area. So we're just going to kind of put this one in front of the council and let them make recommendations on what they'd like to do with it. A little bit more background on the site. This is Flat Shoals. This is Mallory Road. And you can see it's kind of adjacent to the power lines that are here. And then you can see this is the site. It's currently zoned mixed use. And it's adjacent to, this is a residential subdivision behind it. This is a residential subdivision in front of it that hasn't been developed. There's some commercial here, and then there's some AG1 where the power lines are. And then this one is the future land use map. It kind of shows an outline of what the future development plan for the city is. And you can see everything around here is kind of zoned suburban neighborhood, which is for single family residential dwellings. And then the purple area is for mixed use dwellings and things like that. So it might incorporate some commercial along with higher density single family. And then the red here is commercial, which is I think this one is this one is AG1, but the future land use is commercial. And so then here's the site plan, and I can show it on another screen if you guys can't see it well. But here's Flat Shoals and here's Mallory Road. It's gonna have a few houses that go around, and it's gonna have a cul-de-sac. So you turn in here into the cul-de-sac, and then you can go to your individual residence. And here's the stream buffer I mentioned earlier, which kind of takes up a large portion of the site. And I think that might be it. Yeah, and that's the whole presentation, but I can answer any questions that you all have about.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jackson. Please, if anybody have any questions.
I have a question, Ms. Councilman Reeves.
Yes.
Jane Williams. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out where this subdivision is. So time you come off Flat Shoals, you make a left on into, okay, you make a right onto Mallory and then right there immediately on the left, is that the subdivision?
Yeah, so.
Okay, because it's a sub,
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. It's a subdivision already there, right?
Yep. So, so the site is currently undeveloped. So right here, we went out to walk the site on Friday, and this right here is just trees. There's nothing there right now. But this
Right,
subdivision that's already developed is behind it.
okay, I
So
think I
these
know what
are
you're
the
talking
houses
about.
that are already built, and then this right here is just trees.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, that's
thank you.
Tallulah Court, and it's part of that other subdivision, but that is a, those have become pretty much almost a rental community as, you know, but neither here nor there. But let me say this, but the future land use is commercial C1, C2, but that's going across the frontage from that site across the street of Mallory and then on continuing down Flat Shoals towards the Family Dollar, correct?
So this is the future land use is mixed use. So everything purple is mixed use.
Right.
I don't remember where the Family Dollar is. Family Dollar is by the library over here, right?
It's past the library. You know where the library is on Flat Shows?
Yeah, I know where the library is.
It's past the library. Well, traveling east is past the library.
Yeah, I don't have the map zoomed out that far, but I know that this area here is the future land use is mixed use. Everything that's purple.
What does mixed use mean?
So it just means mixture of uses. So normally in mixed use zoning districts, what we'll have is, well, the future land use is regional live work. Let me correct myself. And regional live work includes mixed use.
Like
It
stores and
includes
housing.
C1 and C2, yeah. But so that's basically what the regional live work means. But mixed use just means normally if you see mixed use, you'll see developments that have like stores on the bottom and then like apartments on top. Or you'll see things that have like along the frontage of the road is like commercial uses like restaurants and shops and stuff. And then internal to the development, you'll have single family homes behind it.
Apartment housing. Mhm.
That's basically just what it means. Or those are some examples of what it normally looks like.
Right, but this particular one will be a conclave because this is the former site where the cottage homes was going to go. I believe it was 27 of them. But this one is going to be, what is 8 homes?
Yep, it's 8 single family homes.
Right, and what are those price points? Because I think they came on last week to talk about a little bit. And so what do you have down as the price points?
So I don't have a note written. I can review my other notes, but I don't have the price point written down. We normally don't include the price as part of the zoning analysis, but I think they did mention it in one of our previous meetings. So I can double check with them on what the price points are going to be and get back to you.
Does
I think
anybody
she
remember
said
what they said last
300
week?
to 400. She said 300 to $400,000.
I thought she said 380 to 400 and some thousand.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
well,
started, I think
something
it
like
started
that.
at 380.
So I'm just wondering who would want to purchase a house, 8 houses that sit behind a subdivision with majority rental. I wouldn't. I mean, that just don't make sense to me. Why would you purchase a house for $400,000 with a community right behind you and the majority of rental houses? I just wouldn't do it.
Right. Well,
You never know.
Well, the thing about it is that's still the frontage of the community. And as they come in from one of the entryways over here from South Fulton, you know, that to me would be a good idea as an indicator of here we are. And if they have them pre-sold, then, you know, that would just be an added benefit. And so, because there is mixed use and commercial coming in, because this area is designed regional live work, correct? Ms. Jackson?
Yeah, so the future land use is regional live work.
Right. And that includes on this side and also down on the other end of Mallory at Stacks Road. So it's kind of right. Go ahead.
I can double check what the future land use on Stacks Road is for you if you'd like.
Oh, it's regional live work.
Okay.
Councilman, Ms.
Excuse me, I have a
Collins,
question.
Ms. Collins has her hand up.
Go ahead.
My question is, last week, they said it was gonna be 3 floors in these houses.
Mhm.
So will that be, where would the master bedroom be? And how many bathrooms are you gonna have in these houses? And what is the square footage? And in the master bed, will you have a powder room on the first floor as well as a full bath?
So that's a question for the developer, but I can answer the question on square footage if you give me just a second.
Oh, I think she's on.
Yes, hi, this is Ree Berry. Hi, Marissa. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ms. Steve. Yes, so that is going to be 3 stories. It's going to be about 2,100 square feet. They will have 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. You will have a bath at the lower level, but the master's on the 2nd level. The top level will have a mezzanine and a bedroom and open space. You can make it a suite or make it however you want to. They're going to be modern style homes. As Mr. Reeves initially stated, we were looking initially to build towards for the senior community and do the cottage homes. We would have had about 27 on there, but after the meeting with the councilman, we listened to the community. It was decided that you all wanted value more than anything. So that is why the developer went back to answer what the community wanted with these homes. The site is a little over 2 acres. So therefore we're doing 8 nice size homes to make it a little bit kind of private setting.
Okay, I have another question.
Mhm.
Then how much yard space will that be for each house?
It's going to be kind of average. We were trying to
What
do
is
it.
average?
We have green space. It's so this is more modern style, getting to where you're bringing kind of in town to South Fulton. You're going to have a decent yard. It's going to be small, but it will match with what we're doing. But you do have an area of green space where everyone can get together. If they wanted to do community or barbecue, anything like that, we will have green space on the site.
My next question is, you understand that people have dogs now. So where are these dogs going to play?
That's where we have enough green space where if you need to take your dog out, you will be okay as well. And the dogs can play in the front yard as well. And you will have some back as well.
You're no different. The green space, they're gonna have like the bags and all that for them dogs, because you know, if you got green space, you can't just really say that it's gonna be for the dogs, because
No, I'm not saying it is for the dogs, it's for the community. That is correct.
right, because you're gonna have kids as well, so
Exactly.
Marissa, can you go back to the slide that shows where the houses are gonna be?
and also these houses gonna have garages.
No, they will not. That is an option if you want to have a garage.
Oh, we are all sincerely gonna miss you. But it is time for you to move on.
Is there an income amount someone would have to make in order to be able to purchase these houses?
Of course, yes. With any home, we're starting the list price for the homes at $380,000. We will have preferred lenders. We are having different lenders for first-time buyers. Other lenders where it might be a second, a home where they are selling a home coming into this one. So we're going to have different lenders there to meet the needs of the people and the buyers that would like to purchase the property.
Bellwood HOA has a question.
Yeah, how did y'all go about choosing this piece of property?
He already had this piece of property. So the developer had this and he was approached actually by the community we were looking to do something for our seniors because we feel like that our seniors really don't have anywhere to go. So initially it was supposed to be cottage houses. That's really what we wanted to do here, specifically a senior community for them. But everyone did not understand about the cottage houses. Clarkston is a good example. Serenbe, Chat Hills is a good example. They're very nice. They're perfect for seniors. We would have had 27, 21, and 27 homes. Beautiful community. So that was initial what he wanted to do when he was approached from various people from South Fulton. But everyone, when we went to the initial council meeting, Councilman Reeves, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was the initial one where people were kind of arguing, thinking that this was going to be rentals. No, it was for seniors. They would have had nice cottage homes and would have been a nice senior community. We were going to do a POA to have services to come to the seniors. So that was our initial plan. Since that did not go, yes, that's what we initially wanted.
I like cottages.
Yes, very nice. And it would have been perfect because it would have been able where the seniors could afford them. So there would have been truly affordable housing. It doesn't take much space we're thinking and considering our seniors at the time, but it did not go through, which made him do this particular development to try to at least answer the concern of value in the area. Either way, value would have been great. But the scenario with the seniors, of course, was our initial. So this was an answer to, like a response to the community when they said they wanted value. This is what we came up with. So that's how this idea came.
Well, I hope y'all won't lose that idea either with the cottages for the seniors, because I think it's a great idea.
We would still, man, I tell you, we would love to have done that. That was our number one. And it just got so much pushback from the council. But the initial community meeting with Mr. Reeves, they wanted the cottage homes. Yeah. So we were kind of, it was very confusing. So this is what we came up with.
We're not even going to look in the rear view because it's not a dead issue. People want to, because 2 weeks later, they announced it in College Park and everything. That's the best thing since sliced bread. But neither here nor there. That we're progressing forward, but that's still going to be revisited because senior living is something that we will attack.
Yes, most definitely.
But I do want to leave room for Corporal Garvin because I know she has a presentation. I don't know if it's lengthy wise, but I don't want to spend too much on this. And thank you, Ms. Jackson, for taking your time to come out and make the presentation. And thank you, Ms. Berry, for hopping on the call.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please, if anybody have any questions, please, if you could put them in the chat too. We'll take your, who said they had a question? Jane?
Just Miss Johnson. My hand been raised.
I'm sorry. Ms. Johnson, okay, you're the last question, and then we're going to move on, okay? Then everybody else can put it in writing, and you will receive the authoritative response. Thank you.
I'm trying to blame me, Court Councilman.
No.
I just have one question. She said these houses is gonna cost $380,000, and I don't have nowhere to park my driveway. I can't. I don't have a garage.
The way that we have to. So the garage is optional. The way that the parcels of land, we had to meet. And Ms. Jackson, if you can chime in, we had to meet codes via our fire marshal. So it only allowed us to be able to go so wide and so deep with the lots. So we were able to give more home. That is an option that you can have a garage, but that will have to be an additional on the buyer due to the footprint of the space.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you both. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you. And Corporal Garvin, you have the floor.
Good evening, everybody. I am Corporal Garvin with Community Policing with the City of South Fulton. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. First, real quick, I'm gonna just start with a couple of things that we actually have coming up. You guys can jot this down if you like. We have National Night Out. That's going to be held at 6385 Old National Highway. at the LA Fitness, and it's where local vendors can come and set up a table. The city of South Fulton will set up a table for you. We'll have 2 chairs. You can promote your business. There is no charge for this. You can promote your business, fellowship with law enforcement, as well as the community. Again, that's on August 2nd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if anyone is actually interested in becoming a vendor for this event, please reach out to me or send me a chat on here, and I'll give you my information and let you know how you can sign up. The next thing that I want to share with you guys, we know that we all can't prevent crime. However, we can reduce it by the things that we do. So I would like to share with you guys some of the things that you can do at your home or business to prevent or reduce crime in your area. For one, for the exterior doors, you want to make sure all your doors and windows are securely locked. If you have any trees, I know a lot of us like nice landscaping. If you have any trees that's higher than 6 feet, 5 feet, you might want to cut those down, because the perpetrator or the bad guy, anywhere that they can actually hide behind, you want to cut that down to where it's visible. You can see over the trees in and out of your home. Another good tip, especially for ladies, if you have a garage, instead of driving in, if you're able to, I would suggest to back in, because if you're driving into your driveway, the perpetrator can be waiting behind a bush. We normally are not looking behind us, right? And as you go to put that garage door down, you have drove in, that perpetrator has slid in. And now he's inside of your garage with the garage door down, and he's waiting until you get out the car to make his move. So that's a tip. Also, when you're walking, whether you're going into a shopping center, to your car, or what have you, don't be distracted with your cell phones. Perpetrators look at that. A lot of times we're holding our cell phones, taking care of whatever we need to, and also tell your children, because someone can run and snatch it, and then you're in a state of shock and they're gone. iPhones are extremely expensive. So those are some of the small things that we can do to actually protect ourselves. Also, I want to mention this one last thing before I go on to the city apps. If any of you have guns in your home, please ensure that they are in a safe. Accidents happen all the time. Practice gun safety. The last thing that I want to talk about, I don't know if you guys have heard of the app that we've created for our citizens within the city of South Fulton. It's called the City Guards app. Some of you may have an Android phone or either an iPhone, but it's called City Guards, just common spelling, CITYGUARDS. And you can download it from any phone. And in that app, it tells you the news that's going on within the city. If you have any non-emergency issues, we get issues such as 18-wheelers parking in the subdivision or parking in the turning lane, or vehicles that's been there for an extended period of time. You're free to go to the City Guards app and open up a complaint, and we'll have an officer for that district actually look into that issue for you. Also, and one thing I also want to mention, you guys, the City Guards app is very user-friendly. It's no password or anything required. You can actually look like Miss Williams. She's Miss Jane Williams. Are you downloading it now? It's really user-friendly, guys. And you can also find each district has an officer assigned to it. And if you go to the City Guards app, it will show you what officer is assigned to what district, and it has their contact information. You also can reach out to us directly. It has information on there in regards to false alarm reduction. A lot of times officers are called out to alarms, and 9 times out of 10, you guys, it's a false alarm. And we can use that time, if we actually reduce those false alarms, we can utilize that time for officers to handle, how do I want to say it, higher priority calls, so to speak. So I love the app. It tells you what services are actually going on within our community. Chief Meadows have some words on there for the community as well. So everything that you want to know, basically what's going on in the city, what's coming up, there you have it. It is on this City Guards app. I basically love it. So basically you have an app that would allow officers to be bridged together with the community. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions for me?
You know where I'm going.
Where you going?
Who is our officer for District 5?
Is that a trick question, or would you like to phone a friend, Councilman Reeves? Is that a trick question?
Fulton trivia.
Yeah, I, Corporal Linda Garvin, I am the police officer for District 5. My information is on there as well. So I'm your go-to contact person for any issues. And even if it's non-emergency, feel free to reach out to me, send me an email. All of my information is on the City Guards app. Send me an email, call me, send me a text, and I'll definitely be glad to assist you.
Absolutely. And let me reiterate, you are the go-to person.
For District 5.
I'm loving it every single minute.
Yes,
Thank you so
sir.
much. And anybody else, please ask your questions.
Okay, so now where would I find that on here on the app about the person who's over this district? Because I don't see it.
It's me. There's a button there that says My Cop Community Officer Program, where it says Friday, April 1st, 2022. I am the go-to person. I am Corporal Garvin for District 5.
Okay, I'll look for it.
I can send you my info. I can put my information in the chat.
Okay, that'd be good too. Okay.
Well, at you guys' leisure, if you just go through the app and click on each tab, I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And by all means, if you know a senior, please, because those are most vulnerable, help them, or they can come take Senior Connect and get connected, because we do want them to get connected to technology, as this is the wave of the future.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I also wanted to say, you know, the reason why I don't back into my garage is sometimes if I leave, I don't look back to let the door down.
Shame on you, gotta double check. Take a second just to double check. A lot of times we move at a fast pace.
Yeah.
So I've been guilty of that, just moving too fast. Take 5 seconds just to look back, make sure you have everything. The garage door is down, the door is locked. Yeah.
And also, so when I do pull in, one thing I do is before I cut my car off, I let that door down, then I cut the car off. Because at least if somebody tries to get in there, I still got my car.
Right. You know what to do then.
Exactly. So, yeah. But thank you. That was some great information.
Absolutely.
I have a question about the car. I have a question about the cars that you can kind of get out your car. And I know years ago, I left my car running to warm up in the winter and someone jumped in and stole it. So do you want to speak to that? How often that happens?
Yes, it's against the law to leave your car running and unattended. That is indeed you can be charged for that. A lot of people don't know. And one way to prevent crime is to, if you want to warm your vehicle, be in the vehicle warming it. We have so many stolen vehicles. We just had one not long ago that I can remember here in Fairburn. A citizen actually went to warm it up, went back in the house, and you'd be surprised. The bad guys watching. When you think they're not watching, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning when it's dark, they're waiting and they're watching. So I would advise no one to start their car and run back in the house and leaving it unattended.
And the follow-up is they came back a week later and broke in the house because my purse and everything was in there. So they see your ID, they know the address, they got the keys. So just be very careful about that.
Yeah,
Deanna
that's
has
a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. The way to prevent it is not do. That's the way to prevent, because that can lead to identity theft, because you may have your purse in there and I'll let it warm up and I'll run back in the house and get my cup of coffee and come back outside. Everything you're tied to, and sometimes your cell phone, your purse, everything is in there. They can steal your identity and everything. So that one quick moving fast rushing can turn into a nightmare.
And as soon as, if someone steals your car with your purse in there, the first thing I would do is change all my locks immediately.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys are able to, storm doors are a good method. Security cameras, get to know your neighbors. Have your neighbors, if you're going out of town, let your neighbor know. Get to know your neighbors. That's another safe way. So you guys can actually look out for each other.
I found you.
Deanna has a question.
Someone has a question? We can't hear you.
All right, we'll come back. Ms. Collins has a
Okay.
question.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I always have this fear. I don't go out and warm up my car and come back in. I warm it up while I'm sitting in there. But I have a fear of someone sneaking inside the house while I'm outside. So I always make it a point to lock my storm door.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I'm trying to
because
understand, and what's your question? You have a fear of someone sneaking in the house when you're outside, when you're running outside
Yes.
for just a short moment?
Just a short moment. As you say, they are watching.
They are
They're
watching.
always watching.
Well, to prevent that is when you go outside, then make sure are you going outside to drive in your car? You're going outside to check the mail?
Check the mail or work in the yard. I always lock the storm door.
Well, that's a good way. If that makes you feel safe, I would continue to do that. Also, another good tip is lighting. The bad guy does not like to be seen. So if there's LED lighting is the best lighting. Your backyard, make sure you have your porch light on, your front porch. Make sure your area is well lit up. If it's not, then criminals can hide in the backyard, inside the fence. If it's not lit, they don't want to be seen. So keep the surrounding areas of your home and your business well lit.
Is there fines for false alarms?
There's so many, there is. I haven't known anyone to be fined, but if you go on the app, it explains that as well. I think it's like 80 something dollars. Don't quote me on that. After 3, but if we can get a hold of the false alarms, it would definitely allow officers time to handle those high priority calls versus those false alarms.
It's $100.
It's $100. Okay. Share that with your neighbors. Does anyone have any additional questions? And like I said, you guys, my information is on there. Again, I'm Corporal Garvin, Linda Garvin for District 5. And if you need anything, please feel free or don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Thanks, Corporal Garvin. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Yes,
I put some of your
as how many people knew that was against the law? Leaving your car running.
Even if you go to the gas station, run inside, you left a running car unattended.
I think we learned a lot on here because last week we had a trick question, but it wasn't a trick question. So I think we might have to use that one as our next trick question, even though it ain't a trick question.
I have a question.
I put your flyers in the chat.
Okay,
you wanna talk
awesome.
about it?
The flyers, I think I did. I talked about some of the tips that we had. I didn't go over the entire thing. It's pretty lengthy. But since you put it in the chat, I think everyone should be able to have access to it. I touched on some issues with that, things that we can do for our home and business to keep it safeguarded. And then I also touched on the National Night Out that the city is putting on. It's a huge event and they've been doing it for some time now. August 2nd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if anyone wants to become a vendor, I know someone who would like to become a vendor, then reach out to me and I'll be glad to provide you with the vendor sign up list to partake in that. And again, that's free of charge.
Is that for-profit or nonprofit vendors?
It could be for-profit or nonprofit. But the
All right.
event to participate in the event, there is no charge.
And then you have a litter law flyer.
I think I do have a litter law flyer. And you know what? Can you share that information? Because I think that's the one flyer that is not in my
It's in the
folder.
chat.
It's there.
It's in the chat.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, can you pull it
On
up
the
for me,
screen?
please? Apologize for that. No, that's not it. I got this one.
I'll pull it up. Don't worry about it. I'll pull it up. But Jane had a question while I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
Oh. So your car unattended, you know, they got these new vehicles these days, right? So you can start your car from the house, from inside the house.
You can
So
put your car from inside the house, cut it.
you can turn it, right, you can start your vehicle from the house, from inside. So either way, that's still unattended, right? Even though it locks, because you can't start your vehicle unless the car is locked.
Right.
So,
I know you're talking about automatic start
yes,
on these
ma'am.
vehicles. I have automatic start on mine. When
Yeah,
you actually use the automatic start, the car is locked.
that's right.
Right.
So
It's
is
still
it-
unattended though.
that's what I'm saying.
So it's like,
Okay.
it's like a catch 22.
22, yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you for putting that up. Everyone can see it. It actually talks about the litter law workshop that we're actually having. Let me actually, I got my glasses on and let me just make this bigger. Why is it blurry on my end? I can't, hold on. I'm trying to make it bigger on my end. Why can't I? Okay, there we go. Hold on, I'm coming back to it. This basically is going to be held, you guys, on Thursday, April 28th. If you guys like to attend, you can put that on your calendars from 8:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. And basically, it's just going to educate you how we can get a better control of litter and how litter actually destroys our city, no matter how small it is. So it provides you, it's going to be actually 3 hours. It tells you about the guest speaker. If you would like to RSVP, it's actually going to be held at 6280 Bryant Street, right here in Union City. And if you guys would like to RSVP, you can actually send Captain Hattie Cotton Tooth an email, and her email is listed.
I'm expecting everybody who has told us about trash to be at this meeting.
I think the people who need to be there won't even get the flyer. Those are the people who put in the trash.
Those are the litters, right? The people who are
Yes.
actually creating the problem.
That is
Maybe-
correct.
Maybe we can, somebody can slide them one, the ones that know where they at.
Well, what we can do is slide them an expensive ticket to the max we can give them. And so I'm with that because that's in the message.
I had my hand raised. This is Sheila Brown.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
This question is for the captain. I noticed that the weather is warming up, and I noticed here on Flat Shows and on Red Oak, these 18, what do they call these guys that ride these bikes, these dirt bikes? And yes, it's becoming a big problem already. And I noticed that they might be leaving the city of Atlanta because the city of Atlanta has put these cameras up all over the city that they can detect and catch them now. And so I'm thinking that they're going to flood the city of South Fulton, but we're seeing an increase of them already. And the weather hadn't even really gotten warm yet. So what are you all planning to do?
The city of South Fulton is actually proactive. We are aware the unwanted ATV vehicles in our city. Anytime complainants actually see them, they actually give us a call, and we are actually being proactive, and we're aware that it's about to get hot. And the city actually has ATV police bikes. So we have cops that have actually gone to school to actually ride the ATV to catch the bad guys. So we have police ATVs. We're being proactive getting these ATVs. So when those summer months roll around, law enforcement will be ready to do different details to actually catch these guys and apprehend them. Did that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
So Corporal Garvin, it sounds like the summer months are coming. And another way for these people to get off the ATVs is maybe get on that basketball court. Let's do some midnight basketball, huh? So
yes, sir.
That just sounds appropriate, right?
Yes, sir.
That sounds good.
Any other questions that anyone had? I hope you guys have downloaded your app.
I have just one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I noticed down where the Fit Gym is, they are parking 18 wheelers there. They went from about 2 or 3 to 9. There was about 10 parked down there every day.
The Fit Gym, what's the address location of that gym?
There's 138 and 279, right on the corner.
138 and 279. Give me another landmark by what?
McDonald's on 138. Like you go into Fayetteville off Old National.
Okay, so are they parking on Old National or are they parking
in that big parking lot?
Or are you talking about 7490 in the parking lot where
Ingles,
and where the police was gonna go? In that big parking lot.
The 50-yard line is?
Yes.
Where the 50-yard line is?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just about to say the 50-yard line.
I'll actually do proactive extra check and patrol to ensure that those guys are not doing it or even reduce it. And if they are, cite them accordingly.
Right, because they went for about 2 or 3 now. They are to about 8 and 9, and that's 7 days a week.
And are they sleeping overnight or?
Sometime 2 or 3 days.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we'll definitely do an extra check and patrol, but keep in mind that area is actually considered private property, just like the property over at Walmart, 6149. A lot of people had complained about that area, but that's actually private property. That's owned by someone other than the city. The city is responsible for the roadways, like the streets. Old National Highway, the street portion, the city is responsible for that. But if they're parked on someone's property, it's private property. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, but I'm sure we're gonna find a way to get rid of them because they're helping to tear the streets up more and more and more.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. I understand that. But I'm still gonna do extra check and patrol. Now, if they're parking in the turning lane or something like that, then that's on the city. If they're parking on the roadway in the turning lane, anywhere on the roadway, that's the city, but being parked over there or parked in the parking lot at Walmart, it's private property.
Well, let me ask you a question then.
Oh,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay. What about when they are in, because we've noticed in our community, Brentwood Place, that the tractor trailers, they come without the trailer.
Without the
on
load,
back. Right. And they park in our cul-de-sacs. Like we go up to from phase 1 to 2.
right?
And we got one on each side every day that is parking there, and they leave this vehicle. Well, they might be in
Call
there, I
us,
don't know.
and you can call us if it's on the street. You can call us,
It's
and
on
then
the street.
we can sticker the vehicle. There's different city ordinance that's listed on there. And then if they don't abide by that, then we can come back. And if they are in non-compliance or in violation of the city ordinance, then we'll take the necessary precautions or actions at that time. I would also say if you guys, home association, sometimes the people that's doing or are in violation are your neighbors. So if we can collectively get together with the home association and even send out correspondence to the neighbors and say, hey guys, these big trucks are tearing up our street, because they can actually park it. There's places that allow truckers to actually park their vehicles there. So that's another way to reach your neighbors as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of that, Corporal Garvin, two things. One is there is a HOA boot camp this Saturday, right after the Fairwood Community Action Association's cleanup. And two is, what about the trucks that park along the MARTA parking lot right off the highway coming up off of Flat Shows? It's like a line of them. I went out yesterday afternoon and I saw like there was a line of them out there now. I know that the private property is inside the fence line, and I know that they're being a highway. Is that Georgia State Patrol's duty, or can we have something to do that? Because they idle up. It's about, on any given weekend, I know, particularly yesterday, it was like 6 of them.
Are they actually, are you talking about where the new warehouse is near Buffington and Flat Shows?
I'm talking about as soon as you get off the exit, they just don't even get off and make a right or a left. They just pull up by the MARTA parking ride and then just pull up there and then either wait their turn to get into a bay or
So
something.
they're temporarily waiting to get into a bay to the Amazon business. I mean, if I've never seen it, but if you see something like that, you can actually give police a call or report it to dispatch or our non-emergency number, and we'll send an officer out there to investigate it.
Absolutely. And so thank you much. But I tell you this, I would make a suggestion to our, because you do represent the district here as our officer. So
Yes, sir.
I would like you to make a suggestion to upper brass, I guess you would say, is can they look at just creating a tractor trailer little division, carve out 2 or 3 officers specific, or get this, or since we technology, there's some drones that just cover that those legal routes that's most utilized that these trucks come down, and find a recourse to do something of that nature, but a division specifically dedicated to that, and so that can curtail a lot of this trucks driving down these illegal routes.
I can mention that, but I know the city of South Fulton, we currently do own drones right now, but I can actually mention that and bring it to supervision. Not quite sure how that will pan out, but I can definitely mention it. But anytime anyone sees any have any concerns or think something is illegal or anything of that nature, give us a call or give me a call. If I'm not on an event or a detail, give me a call and we'll document it and we'll look into it and see what's going on to see how we can keep our city clean.
Captain, this is Sheila Brown again.
It's Corporal Garvin. It's Corporal. But I received the blessing of Captain.
You the District 5. You the District 5 captain. So you the captain over here.
Several times. It's Corporal Garvin, you guys.
Yeah, you the captain for District 5. So you the captain over here.
Receive.
So, Captain, would you be willing to come out and let us introduce you to our subdivision? It's not a big subdivision, it's small, and talk to the homeowners and give us these same tips and let our homeowners ask you some questions.
When are you guys actually when are you at what homeowners meeting when are you guys doing it? I would love to. That would not be a problem.
I would give you the information up front and see when your calendar is available. And
okay, that would be awesome. Absolutely.
Is your schedule better on the weekend or Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I mean, are you open on a Sunday to do it or a Saturday? What day?
If you send me the dates, or give me a call, I'm sure that we can correlate something where it works best for everyone, and we'll definitely make it happen. I can assure you that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, absolutely. You're welcome.
All righty, I put in the link in the chat, the Eventbrite link to register for the South Fulton HOA boot camp. And so it's 10 to 2 this weekend over at Wolf Creek Library. So there is multiple speakers coming and it is free. And so please make sure your HOAs are attending or have a representative to attend for your HOA. We don't want you to miss it and then be upset nobody told you.
Well, that's good. That's awesome. Go ahead, Timothy.
We also want to commend Bellwood Community Action Association. They are having their cleanup this weekend. What time is your cleanup?
It's at 8 a.m. on Saturday, and we will be meeting at 3760 Benchmark Drive.
Until what time?
Well, until we get tired.
Do you need volunteers?
Volunteers in the neighborhoods are always welcome, yes. We will be supplying gloves and trash bags for the routes that we will be cleaning up. So, and the reason I laughed when you asked me about the time, it just depends on how much debris and how much we have to pick up, how long the route is. Some of the routes we usually take from Roosevelt Highway all the way up to Flat Shoals. So that can be a good little route, but it just depends on how much is out there and how many side streets that we can try and cover.
Well, Ms. Sumner, thank you so much. As I'm gonna give the opportunity, I think someone from Jacobs might be on this call. And I just wanna ask them, are y'all willing to come in and help them out too with some little heavy lifting and get it out, collect all the bags? Is that possible?
Thanks, Councilman. Okay, yeah, if we know, as long as I know that they're out there, we can commit to having them picked up no later than by the end of Monday, close of business on Monday. I'm not sure if the teams are already scheduled for this weekend or not. So that's the only reason I'm not committing to just Saturday.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And if you can, you can. If not, then we will still make it work. And so.
Right.
The only other thing I would probably ask is if you guys have, if you could just, if you want to send it to the councilman or just send it so that we know kind of where you left the bags at. If you could kind of centralize them, then we'll know.
Okay.
And we'll definitely take care of it for you.
Okay, we can do that. All right. Thank you very much, Councilman Reeves.
Anytime.
Councilman Reeves, also on that note, normally when the people have a cleanup, they normally let Captain Tooks know so that she can have an officer present.
Oh, yes, ma'am. That's already there. So it's absolutely. So they made sure that and stayed on me as they know we gonna make sure that happens. Because
Right.
we about that action in Fairwood and community.
Right then.
And so what they was telling y'all about that green thumb. See, I'm out here doing this work over here, so yard work. So, I got mulch. Y'all needed some mulch. They got free bags of mulch. And I tell you, so I took complete advantage of it. And because we out here planting. And so the more you know, the more you grow. So this is a perfect time to be out here and
Where's the free mulch?
This particular one I had got over at a site off of down at the other end of Flat Shows. They might be going and out, but whenever I find a spot, I will definitely take a picture and let y'all know of the location and where it's at because hey, you can't beat it. I got plenty of bags of mulch, and so I'm doing. I'm trying my hand at landscaping. So pray for me.
If you need some help, give me a call.
Oh, she is the 1-2 call.
Hey, Councilman Reeves, the lady who just said, give me a call if you need some help. I think that was the same lady who was going to the meeting about the blighted properties. Is that the same lady? Can you give us an update on that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. There was another lady too, and I had her phone number and somehow misplaced it. The list for the houses was supposed to come out on next week, but however, I needed her to send me an address so that I could check and see if the house that she had concern about was on the list.
Is this Miss Carolyn Daniels?
No,
that's George Armstrong.
No. I'm saying is the lady you're asking about with the house that's on the list?
I think so.
Okay. Yes, I was going to follow up and at the end, but yes, since y'all brought it up, yes, that house is on the list. It's confirmed by email as I went by there, got the address, took pictures, sent it to Mr. Morris from Code Enforcement, and that house is on the list. So yes, we followed up and came to a resolve.
Great.
So how many houses that you had on the list? Can you just give us a little update what happened at the meeting?
Now they didn't talk about the houses. They talked about some avenues that you could go through to get the houses taken down. And when we got back, Mr. Morris decided that he'd, go and approach it to see what we could do and how early we could start. So I think they're taking 5 to 6 houses at a time.
Okay, is this Fulton County who's paying?
Trying to get the worst ones down first.
Okay, is this Fulton County who's paying to have these houses taken down?
Well, ma'am, I can't tell you that. If you give me your address and you're concerned as to what house, that's the only thing I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. There's I see you on here. I see your name on here. If you put your information, because there's a house. It's been a disarray for a long time, and I'm just wondering if this particular house is on the list.
Well, this is what I do want to know is see the process is they have a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 from remediation and demolition to clean and close, right? And so, but the process is code enforcement will go out first and do what they consider the tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. But if they rate it as a tier 1 and then it needs to be demolished, then this company, I believe it's Charles Abbott's, goes out and they're the ones who presents to the judge and tell the judge what tier it is in. So, but that's after our code enforcement does it. And I would like that, I asked if they can reverse that process, because if they do that first, then we know for sure when code goes out that that's a demolition and we can just check that off the box. Because some they might think it's demolition and it's the clean and close. So, Ms. Armstead, if you can see if that process can be switched up. I think it'll be better served as we want to give the correct information if we're gonna know a house is gonna be demolished.
Okay.
Alrighty, I want to make a couple announcements before we wrap up. We have, this is Earth Day on April 22nd. So we are working to hand out trees. The councilman is working to hand out trees over in the parking lot over near Grown Folks between the hours of 2 and 4. So you need to sign up for that. We also have an environmental essay on what would you do to solve some of the problems. And that is due, I believe, by the end of this week. So that is something that you can also apply for. It's
Chance to win $500. Yeah, chance to win $500. Right in the essay. So what are the age groups again?
Anybody. It's open to children and adults.
Oh.
So if your writing skills permit,
Can
let's write
candidates
it.
win? Can candidates win that?
Hey, get this. Hey, look here. I'm just gonna say this. If you're a candidate, just stand by and cheer the person on and root for them to win. And so, because but you still get a 5-star award though. That's no doubt about it.
Sorry about that, Jane.
Hey, so Miss Sheila.
No, it's okay.
How was it?
I did not make it Friday on your tickets, but I went yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock. It was excellent. Man, it was so good. Well, it was a mix up on when it was, the last minute of getting the tickets. And when she called and said it was tonight, that was Friday. I had already had other plans, but I did purchase my own tickets and went on yesterday. And man, it's a treat. If you want to go see something that's really a great show, I mean, it's really good. I would like to go back to see it again. It's really good.
Hold on. I got Ticketgate going on now because
Is that Mahalia?
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to see that. I couldn't get no tickets.
So good.
Hold up. Now I'm acting like Fred G. Sanford, okay? Because I'm just saying
that time.
Look here. I don't like tickets going on you. We're able to talk about that. So it's because but however, anytime I get the tickets, I will be giving them off to the community so that y'all can go enjoy. As she said, it's a great show and recommends it. So please, if you have some time and some spare change, hey, look here, have at it, because it's all about the arts and they do good production over there.
Yeah, the ticket was only $45. $45.
See, well, I'm an elected volunteer, so $45 is like, whew.
Well, apparently it's not the Fox. You didn't go to the Fox.
But however,
where the ticket's $200 and $300.
Appreciate you going over there. Anybody, please, check it out. And so we do have a lot to offer in the city, despite some things. But however, enjoy, because we are approaching our festive season, which is our 5th anniversary, our birthday, Mother's Day, Memorial Day weekend, Juneteenth, and Father's Day. So I think that we have and then you know what we roll into right after that? Friday Night Live. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying that this is a great opportunity to be a South Fultonian. Enjoy it, embrace it, love it. Hold us accountable, as you should. And but let's just continue to progress forward together. And it is 7:39. Does anybody have anything else to say or wrap up?
Thank y'all for everything. This is great.
Hey, Councilman Reeves, when is the lineup coming out for the concerts at Wolf Creek? I thought they were coming out you was gonna have concerts this summer.
See now, Miss Sheila, I almost made it off from Wolf Creek Gate. You know, because listen here. Because I don't know. But what I do know is that we're having our birthday celebration April the 30th from 2 to 10, I think, is it? Or 2 to 8. Yeah, so, and that's cool. So, I mean, but I don't have a lineup. Tamiko, have you seen the lineup?
I have not, but I will get it by next week. And we also have a small business summit for people wanting to start business coming April 30th as well, from 10 to 2. So it's a full day.
And where is this located? Where would the location be for the birthday celebration?
It's at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. But I'm gonna tell you this, that's the day. But that night, ladies and gentlemen, at the Blue Marlin Bistro, starting at 7 o'clock, red carpet event, black tie, as we are going to bring the fifth in, and we're doing it carnival style, along with the Blue Marlin Bistro. They got acts lined up. It's gonna be a little carnival out in the parking lot, and we are going all night long.
Okay,
Yes,
where are those
indeed.
tickets? Do you purchase those tickets, or
You can just show up?
And so you just show up?
Oh, listen here. You know, and get this. You know, we celebrating the fifth now. I'm just saying that for everything that's, you know, hey, I wanted to have happen, but we're just gonna team up with them and let's go carnival style. And it's gonna be a fun and festive evening, and the food is good. So, what was the name of the barbecue spot that opened in Plaza 138?
Oh, hold on.
That food was so good. You hadn't checked it out yet?
Yes. No, that's I just can't think of the name. I don't have to.
I think he's going to contact you to come on the call one Monday. I know Miss Wanda gave him the information.
Smokehouse.
Oh,
yeah.
Y'all know. Get this. We're gonna get National. They're gonna start Food Truck Friday, so you know it's gonna fall in line with my Friday Night Live, and so I plan on having him there for Friday Night Live.
Make sure you get that taco. Make sure you get the taco lady also. Ooh, she had the best tacos in the world.
Oh, hey, Corporal Garvin, would you tell her? But we have an officer who makes the tacos too, and so you know what? We should have a Taco Tuesday.
I love tacos.
And bring them all out.
Yes.
So,
okay.
But yes, she does, and I love the taco lady. She's awesome.
Councilman Reeves, I have one more thing to add. I'd like to give thanks to you and Miss Jane Williams for coming out last week for the opening of the STEM Center on last Thursday.
Yay!
That was beautiful. That was beautiful at the basement of the Manus Road Church. I definitely appreciate all the work that you guys are doing, and it was a magical, wonderful event. It was.
Absolutely.
It was.
Thank you. And Tech 5, because I just claimed it. We're going to be known as a technology district, and we're working on that. So,
Corey, before we go to, I'm sorry, Councilman Reeves, I'm putting in the chat, community shredding event is April the 23rd at Wolf Creek from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
South Fulton Chamber.
Huh?
Yeah, the shredding event for the South Fulton Chamber of Commerce. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So if y'all need it, let's make it happen. And like I said, we'll write an essay. There's a chance to win $500. So, and then come by and get a tree, plant a tree in remembrance or for anything, but plant something, watch it grow. Ladies and gentlemen, love you. You can't do nothing about it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Okay. See you later.
Good night, John Boy. Y'all don't
Good
know
night,
nothing
Sue
about that.
Ellen. Good night, Sue Ellen.
Y'all don't know nothing about that.